Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to episode 19 of the Fighters Rep podcast. I'm your host, George, aka the Fighters Rep, joined by none other than my esteemed colleague from another mother, Gary Ignorant Behavior Martin. Gary, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Listen, I was so excited watching this with you. I feel like this video, I wanted to make this, yesterday at the day before, after Devin Haney's performance. Me and you've been talking about it. We predicted this fight. We predicted it. I did a quick prediction video, but you also predicted it over the phone and talking to me. Just like I did, pretty much you said you thought Devin Haney would win by unanimous decision. It's not I'm not going to lie, it's not the outcome I wanted, bro. I really like I really like Regis Prograis. And it's not the outcome I wanted because I don't like Devin Haney's style, but on Saturday night he changed my opinion a little bit. So before we get into all that, man, what a tremendous display of boxing from Devin Haney, if you ask me. I thought that was a special career-defining performance from Devin Haney. Kind of give me your thoughts on why you picked Haney to win by unanimous decision the way you did, the way I did, and, just what you thought about the fight leading into it and what you gathered from it now that we're a few days on.
Well, I told you over the phone, I didn't get to do the fight preview or anything like that. But like I told you over the phone, I said I give him 3 rounds at best. That's what I gave Regis. And you were like, 3 rounds? I mean, Regis is a fighter. Yeah. And you were like, I picked Devin Haney too. You was like, I picked Devin Haney too. But I don't know about 3 rounds. I think it's going to be a close fight. And it's just from looking at his past fights and everything, you just look at Regis. He has trouble getting in on guys with length and guys who know how to really box. And Devin Haney is the master of boxing, okay? And when I mean that, I mean like the sweet science of getting hit and not, hitting and not getting hit. You know what I mean? And his footwork, his foot speed, his hand speed, his reach. What it was, like 70 something to like 67 or something. I forgot what the number was.
Yeah,
it was like a crazy.
I want to say 71 to 67.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like a crazy reach advantage.
Yeah,
he has the speed advantage, feet and hand speed. He has the boxing advantage. He's a better boxer. Only advantage he didn't have is the power advantage. But even looking at Devin Haney in a conference coming up to it, when the weigh-in and everything, he looked like the bigger guy. Even though he's coming up to 140. He's coming up to 140. He looked bigger than him. You know what I mean?
Taller guy. He's the taller guy. He's got the reach. He's the bigger guy. I think he's just younger. He's something like 9 years younger. It's the 25-year-old body versus a 34-year-old body. And it's only a matter of time before Haney continues to grow, into the welterweight division, maybe into junior
middleweight. He's talking about going next.
What's that?
I said that's where he's talking about already going to 147.
Yeah.
So he's liking the weight. He's like, oh, good, I like this. But I just thought, I'm here. You hear me? You got me?
You froze for a second.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's just I looked at Regis, when he fought his last fight against how you say his name is Zorilla or something like that.
Zorilla.
I always it looked like Zorilla.
Zorilla, Gary. Even though we've been living in Miami our whole life, we'll just go with Zorilla.
And he's not even a boxer like that. He's a brawler, and he had a hard time closing the distance with him. He had a hard time getting to him when he started moving his feet and everything. You got Josh Taylor when he fought Josh Taylor. He had a hard time dealing with that. And it was just, and I think Devin Haney is a better boxer than all those guys.
Yeah.
So that was just my thing. I'm like, he's going to get schooled. This fight won't be close. I didn't know he's going to pitch a shutout, but You know, I thought maybe 3 at most.
Man, well, 120 to 107 on all three judges' scorecards, man. 120 to 107, an absolute domination. I mean, he just completely washed him. And again, this one was a tough one for me, man, because I really like Regis, man. I really like Regis. I always thought Regis was a fun fighter to watch. I like the way he talks. I like the charisma. I like the New Orleans flavor. I like all that. I think Haney's obnoxious. I'm not gonna lie. I think his dad's obnoxious. But I think I said before the fight, that's kind of what he has to play up to, because up until Saturday, he hasn't really shown that he has anything exciting for boxing fans, right? He doesn't have the knockout power. He hasn't really been doing anything flashy. And so I just thought to myself, maybe the only thing that can get him up there as far as popularity is to kind of be a heel, right? To kind of be the bad guy, kind of the way Floyd did. I think maybe that's what he's trying to do. But, on Saturday night, I'm not going to lie, like he kind of won me over a little bit, right? He won me over a little bit because his boxing was so impressive and he did show power. And I'm thinking, because he hurt Regis like pretty bad a couple of times, Yeah. And Regis is not a guy to get hurt. So I was thinking like, man, like maybe moving up to 140 has helped his power. Maybe he's just become so sharp, combined with going up in weight a little bit, that he's hitting you with these shots that you don't see coming, that you don't expect, and it's doing a number on you. And Regis, kind of talked about that. Like, he is powerful. He hits you with these shots you don't see coming, and that can change a fight. And so now if this kid starts, kind of growing into his body and having some sort of knockout power, sitting down on his punches, whatever it was. They were saying he did a lot of leg work for this fight. Just start sitting down on his punches, Gary. I mean,
I still feel. I'll be honest with you. I still don't feel like he sat down on him hard enough. Like he even said when he knocked Regis down, he said, "I didn't even throw that as hard as I could," because he didn't. He's not. And this is the one problem I have with Devin Haney. I've been a fan of Devin Haney for a while. And the one problem I have with him is that, he don't have that killer in him, that killer instinct to get a guy out of there.
Yeah.
And, he still, even though he sat down a little bit more on his punches, he still didn't want to really sit and stand there and really get him out of there.
But it's that lack of a killer instinct almost that makes him stick to the game plan so much.
Yeah,
it's the conservative way he fights, which I think is boring as fuck. I'm not gonna lie, I can't stand that shit. But this fight, at least with this fight, he showed me a little bit more flashiness. He showed me some power. Like I liked Haney a little bit more in this fight versus the old fights. But I'm just saying, like that conservative fighting style, is, even though it's not endearing to us as fans, right? It's what's getting him the wins, bro. It's what's getting him
right now.
For right now. And I want to say, and I think he talked about this in that Linares fight when he got a little bit greedy and got caught. I think he learned that lesson there and was like, "Fuck that! I'm not doing this."
I told you on the phone. I said, ever since Linares caught him, I don't see him taking any chances no more. He's like, no, that ain't for me. But still, I mean, you got to be able to. I mean, like you leave a guy hanging around. He still has a puncher's chance. The longer you leave him around, hanging around, he still has a puncher chance to get you. I mean, in that fight, I mean, he couldn't get next to. He couldn't get he couldn't get next to Devin Haney. You know what I mean? So I mean, but. It's a couple times you had him hurt, finish him off. Like, go ahead. That's what makes you special. And in my opinion, is you take dudes that shouldn't be in a ring with you and you get them out of there. Because see, people, like you mentioned earlier, it's kind of like the Floyd style, but see, people forget Floyd would wear your ass out. if he got back in his earlier days before his hands went bad. He will punish you. Like when he had Diego Corrales, he punished him. When he had Gotti, he punished Gotti.
Yeah,
like, I'm going to punish him. It's not defense no more. It's trying to get you out of here. Even he started punishing
even
Zab.
De La Hoya. I felt like he was beating up on De La Hoya a little bit too.
Yeah, but even when he fought Zab, man, to the point where Zab tried to do dirty stuff, he started punishing you. He would punish you when his hands were good. Once his hands started going bad, he stopped throwing the punches as hard as he could. He started being more a defensive fighter, and that's when he turned into Money Mayweather instead of Pretty Boy Floyd. But a lot of these boxers are trying to imitate Floyd in that sense, like be a boxer more defensive. But Floyd didn't do that to his later days. It's like Michael Jordan in his early days. Michael Jordan was going to the lane dunking. He wasn't fading away.
Yeah. Let me just say though, man, I mean, that was one of the best performances I've seen in a very long time, man. I mean, I know we say that, you know, I don't want to throw that around too much. I don't want to throw down the elite word too much. We were arguing about that last week. But this was one of the best performances I've seen in so long. And for me, you know, I'm always like, before this, right? Before the last couple fights, I mean, I think even me and you, before the last couple fights, we were saying, "Oh, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney would be a good fight. It would be a good fight." You know, it would not be a good fight anymore. I mean, this guy would beat the brakes off of Ryan Garcia if they fought now. This kid that fought on Saturday night, and man, let me tell you, I don't think anybody beats this guy at 140, bro. I don't think anybody beats this guy at 140.
Hey, here's what. Remember this when he was at
maybe a guy. It has to be Teofimo Lopez or Tank Davis. It has to be now. And I'm not sure they're gonna see what they saw on Saturday and be like, and their management is gonna say, okay, put us in there with that. I don't know, especially not Tank Davis, bro. You know, his management doesn't want him to fight anybody. As much as I would love to see that fight, as much as I want to see Tank Davis take on these fights, they don't give a shit about that. All they care about is money and giving him easy fights and continuing to the gravy train kind of thing with him, you know, which I understand. You know, it's a business at the end of the day. But, man, he's all kinds of problems for a guy like Tank Davis or for a guy like Teofimo Lopez. He's a real problem.
Okay, remember back before when it was 135, before Devin Haney was the champ at 135, having all the belts, all that. We talked about, you know, Teo, Devin Haney, Tank, and Ryan. And me and you talked on the phone and everything, and I was like, I think Devin Haney's the best of all.
We thought, listen, I agreed with you. We thought Devin was the guy. I thought Devin was the guy.
Hold on, wait. I remember you like Teo, right? So you thought Teo was the guy. I thought Devin Haney. But now, I'll be honest with you. This might surprise you. I don't think I told you. I got Tank instead of Devin.
You did tell me that. You did tell me that.
And you know, I was big on Devin. And I mean, don't get me wrong. He boxed his ass off. But I feel like Tank has showed that
120 to 107.
I think Tank would have got
against a two-time champion, against the champ, 120 to 107.
I think Tank would have knocked him out and ended it earlier. Regis. I think he knocked him out and ended it early.
But Tank doesn't have that boxing ability. He doesn't have that reach. He doesn't have that height. He doesn't have none of that, bro. He doesn't have none of that. Tank is really good, but what was giving Regis the hard time, like you said, this guy had to close the gap on him, bro. This guy's got a 71-inch reach, man. It's like a totally different human being than Tank. You know what I mean?
But I've seen, but hold on, wait. Let's not go crazy here, all right? Saying Tank can't box. I seen Tank box.
He can box, but he can box.
He can set traps. He can counterpunch. He can box. He can counterpunch. He can set traps. And Ryan Garcia found that out the hard way. Rolly found that out the hard way.
He's not the perfect storm sort of length and height and boxing and conservative and cautious like Haney, right? Tank will take a chance. I think Tank one day's going to take a chance, and it might blow up in his face. You know,
I'll give you the perfect example. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, you kind of froze now.
I was saying Tank is a guy that'll take a risk, which I think it makes him more exciting. He's a much more exciting fighter than Haney. I'd rather watch Tank, right, than Haney.
Yeah.
But taking that risk, Haney's not going to take that risk, bro. Haney's not going to. If he could beat you on the outside, he's just going to beat you all night long, all day, 365 days a year, 366 on leap year. He's just going to beat you from the outside.
If he can, because let's not act like Lomachenko didn't get in the inside of him when he wanted to. All that length, he had more length than Lomachenko. He was the bigger guy than Lomachenko. Lomachenko still gave him problems. This wasn't a blowout when he fought Lomachenko. You know what I mean?
A lot of people thought Lomachenko won. A lot of people thought Lomachenko won that.
Exactly. Yeah. And Lomachenko hit Devin Haney and caught him with some stuff a couple times that had Devin Haney. So I think Tank has the ability to slip a punch and get in there. He has the ability to do this, and he has the ability to set you up with a counter.
Tank fight him, bro. But he's not going to fight him. He's not going to fight him. He's from that Mayweather bullshit school of boxing.
Whoa. Stop hating on Mayweather. Mayweather fought the most champs.
But I'm just saying that all these people are wannabe. They're all wannabe Mayweathers.
That's true.
He's going through the same bullshit system, and he's not Mayweather. He's great, but he's not Mayweather. And he's not gonna fight no fucking Devin Haney, bro. That's too much of a risk and not enough money. It's not enough money for him.
He said he'll fight at 135.
That's the excuse he'll make. It's not enough money for him, but he'll go fight Gamboa. He'll go fight Gamboa.
Well, that was early on. All of them fought Gamboa. So did Haney.
He'll fight all these goofy dudes, but he won't fight Haney, bro. You can't tell, bro. Haney's resume is light years ahead of Tank Davis' resume, bro. Lomachenko, George Kambosos, he just washed Regis Prograis, Jorge Linares. I mean, who the fuck has Tank fought? The guy doesn't fight anybody.
Well, he fought Pitbull. Pitbull wasn't a bad. I mean, Pitbull. Mario Barrio. How do you say his name? Whatever. He just went up to 147 and won and beat.
Bro,
a lot of people are looking at him now.
But Barrios was a B-level fighter until he just got that win. I
still think he's a B.
He's a B plus now.
A B plus.
B minus to a B, but Tank fought, man. Like I really I hear you, man. From the eye test.
No, I agree with you. I agree. Right, hey bro, I agree. I agree that Tank needs to fight. He needs to bring the big fights. He needs to fight somebody big now because it's time. It's time now. It's about time. But these type of fights.
The problem is he could fight a guy like Ryan Garcia, who's not anywhere nearly as skilled as these guys now, but make quadruple the money because of the goofy social media following. So he. But now
hold on, wait. You're saying Ryan Garcia like he's nobody now, but at the time before everything, we said the top four was Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Tio, and Tank. Well, he fought one of the big four. He fought Ryan and knocked him out. So you got to give him that credit.
Ryan's not better than Lomachenko.
No, he's not. I'm just saying we consider that the big four.
Ryan's not. What about Shakur? Ryan's.
Yeah, he's gonna have to fight one of them. He's gonna have
body, bro. He's not gonna fight none of these guys, bro. Watch, he's not gonna fight these guys.
Now you also got to say all of them started leaving the division pretty quick. Tio, after he lost to Kambosos, he left the division. He went to 140. And then, now I will say Devin Haney tried to make the fight. So you can blame Tank for that if you want or whatever. But Ryan Garcia, Tank fought him. He beat him.
I do blame Tank.
So he fought Ryan. He fought Ryan, beat Ryan. T.O. left too quick. T.O. lost to Cambosa and was gone. So he left. So that's not Tank's fault. Now, Devin Haney, I will put on Tank. Devin Haney, you could have made that fight. You can still make it, but now he's saying he'll do the fight, but it got to be at 135. He said it got to be at 135, and I don't think Devin Haney is interested in going back down to 135. I don't think he's interested in doing it at all.
Well, knuckleheads, if this is your first time watching, be sure to subscribe to the channel and join me and Gary every Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, where we'll be talking about the fights that happened over the weekend. Gary, I think we're going to have to jump on here live immediately after the fights going forward, too. I think that'll be a good idea and something.
I'm going to have to slow down the drinking.
And I think that'll be something the fight fans would really enjoy. So, look, this was the best performance I've seen in a very long time, man. And it's really – it looks better because of what we just saw from Shakur and because we haven't seen anyone else in or at that division do something like that in a pretty long time, man. I mean, that was pretty crazy. So what do you think? I mean, he's talking about going up to welterweight already. What do you think this kid does next? Because Tank's not going to take this fight 100%. I don't think Tank's taking it because I don't think Devin's going to 135, and I don't think Tank already said if he does the fight, it's going to be at 135. So I don't think that's going to be next. But I mean, I don't think there's no need to go to welterweight yet. You got big fights there. You still got T.O. You still got Ryan. Ryan's saying, "Hey, I want to fight you." T.O. I don't know. T.O. I heard T.O. wants like a ton of money though. I mean, that guy's he's kind of loopy.
Yeah, he's kind of outpricing himself out of fights.
That guy's a little bit gone, I think, mentally. I don't know.
I mean, he has a fan base. T.O. has his fan base too.
Listen, I like the guy. I'm not saying it to diss him. I just think like he thinks he's more than he is. You know what I mean? He thinks he's a bigger draw than he is. I think they offered him like $1 million or something, and he like laughed it off like it was. I
think he needs more than $1 million, though, George. I think
I hear you, but to be talking about you're retired and stuff. I don't know where that guy is mentally, bro. I don't know where that guy is.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I'm just saying that would if he could get T.O. or if he can get Ryan in there, that would be good. I seen Josh Taylor saying he would like to fight him. I don't know if Josh Taylor brings in as much money as those other two.
No, he doesn't.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
Definitely not more than Ryan. If I'm Haney, bro, I'm making that Ryan fight. I'm getting that money, bro.
Yeah,
that's a bigger fight than Tank. I think money wise, bigger than Tank.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it's bigger than Tank money wise. You could disagree, which you always fucking do, and I'm tired of that shit. But money wise, I think Tank. If you look at Tank's numbers when he fought all these other people, it was decent numbers. But when he fought Ryan Garcia, bro, it was a different level. And I think it's because he's got that teeny bopper. He's got that teeny bopper fucking social media following, man. If Haney fights Garcia. Dude, they did over 1 million buys, him and Tank, bro. I think they did 1.2 or something like that.
But that was because of both of them.
Yeah, but Tank usually, I think, was doing like 250, 300. I mean, 1.2. I mean, Jesus Christ. Especially coming off of a performance like that, I think Haney will do some numbers with Ryan. And it's a much easier fight than Tank, but I don't think Haney cares. I think Haney would fight either one of them at any time. But if I'm Haney's manager, I'm saying Ryan Garcia, bro. Go after Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, after Ryan's last fight, and I mean, I'm not trying to knock Ryan. He won. He knocked the guy out. Yeah. But after watching Ryan's, it seems like Ryan's in a place where he's trying to figure a new style out and things that this will be the perfect time to jump on him. Yeah. Oh, you're trying to figure out something. Haney knows what he is. Haney already knows.
He knows so much that I don't even like watching him anymore. But I started liking him again. I'm not gonna lie. On Saturday, he kind of I kind of took one more step towards Team Haney on Saturday.
And see, we were talking about before about elite and very good. I think if he gets more killer instinct, he will be elite. Because
but that conservative bullshit style is what allowed him to win 120 to 107, bro.
But did he do that against Loma? He didn't do that against Loma.
No, because Loma
is a better fighter.
Loma's a genius, man. Come on,
when you get
genius, bro.
When you get to the better fighters, they're not gonna be Regis. Regis is flat-footed. He doesn't. You could tell. You know, he's not a good boxer is gonna beat him every time, and that's why he tried to adapt his style, trying to be more of a boxer instead of a brawler. He said that himself, that he was trying to adopt the style and try to be more of a smarter boxer type of guy too, because he realized when you get in there with somebody who's fast as Haney, good as boxer, he can't do anything. He can't do anything. He like he said, I handicapped him. He wants us to do this. He can't do nothing else. But when you get in there with guys who can do multiple things, I don't think he does that to Tio. I think he beats Tio. I don't think he does that to Tio. You know what I mean? I don't think he does that to Tank. I don't think he does that to those guys. I mean, like I said, I would love to see him against Tank, because Tank is always like, yeah, all that boxing is good till you get hit. Box away, I'm gonna hit you eventually. So I mean, what you gonna do when I hit you and you feel that power? And because one thing I have seen with Haney, which has me kind of like is that when he gets hit, you can tell he doesn't like it. Like when Loma landed on him, he was like, "Whoa, getting the hell out of there." When Linares landed on him, he did not like that. He was like, "Oh, I don't want to get in no kind of brawl with you guys," which is smart, like you said. But
I mean, what do you want him to say, Gary? Oh, yes, this is what I want. Yes.
No, but I'm just saying, like how you said, these guys, these guys want to be Floyd. I've never seen Floyd like shy away from it. It's like, boom, oh, you got me. All right, I got you. It wasn't nothing like, oh, let me get the hell out of here. Sometimes he would grab, if you like when Sugar Shane called him, he grabbed him, got his bearings, and was like, okay, let's do this then. Let's do this. And I'm gonna go. Yeah. He's standing there toe to toe with what's his name? What's his name? Puerto Rican fighter. Cotto. He stood in there toe to toe with Cotto. He said, we can stand here. We can do that. Devin Haney's never doing that. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so I just feel like
maybe with time, Haney will do it. We also have to we also have to respect the fact that he's still young. He's 25 years old, bro. He's a baby. And this guy at 25, bro, Lomachenko, Linares, Cambosos twice in Australia. Regis Prograis, 120 to 107. I mean, can you name a boxer that's done that at 25? I think it's hard, bro. I don't think you can.
Well, I would say Canelo coming up Canelo was fighting coming up like top guys. And he was like, he fought Floyd at 21?
But he lost against Floyd at that time.
I mean, that's one of the greatest boxers ever.
Yeah.
But
listen, Lomachenko's no slouch either.
He's not Floyd, though.
No slouch.
He's not Floyd.
No, but at a lighter weight, he's hard to. That guy is almost impossible to beat.
Because remember, he lost to T.O. too, and he lost before any of that. He lost before any of that. Who was the guy he lost to early in his career?
But that was.
Oh, and he got dropped by Linares. Wasn't it Linares that dropped him? Yeah, he got dropped. Yeah. So you didn't see that with Floyd early in his career.
I don't know if he got dropped. I think maybe he got dropped.
I think he got knocked down. He won the fight.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah, he won the fight. He got dropped, but he won the fight. So it's not like.
But my point is like, Loma's a special guy, and for that kid at 25, 24, to have a resume like that, man, like we can't, if you're a serious boxing fan at all, if you like boxing at all, you got to give this kid all the credit in the world, bro, because
I give him and I give Ryan Garcia a lot of credit for going ahead and taking big fights, because Ryan Garcia didn't have to fight Tank, and he got that L. He didn't have to do it. He didn't. You know, he's going up and he's like, okay, I want to fight Devin next. Come on, let's fight, Dev. Let's get the fights going. Yeah. And so I give him that credit that he's going after it. You know what I mean? And he tried to fight Tio, offer Tio a mill, and Tio said, "Nah, that's not enough money. I'll fight you, but not for that." You know what I mean? The fight's going to make more money than that. You know what I mean? So he's going forward. I like it. I give Devin Haney, like you said, Cambosa. He didn't have to go to. Most dudes would have said, "No, I'm not going to your city fighting you." And then if I win, I got to do the rematch. Not city. I said city. I'm not going to your country. Huh?
This whole country on the other side of the world with like a completely different time zone, man. Like he went to Australia to fight that guy twice, man. I mean, that's no joke, dude. That's no joke.
Yeah.
And you know what? Like, I guess it means Cambosis ain't that bad, dude. I mean, if a guy like Regis Prograis loses 107, I guess that means Cambosis is pretty decent, you know? I mean, holy shit. I mean, I guess Haney like shows you how good or bad these people are, you know what I mean?
I mean, I think he goes to welterweight. I think he beats Keith Thurman. Stay away from Bud and Boots. He don't need that. Errol, I would like to see that. I think that would be a good fight, even though I got to see how Errol looks after the loss. I want to see how Errol looks and see that. I would like to see that, to see what he would do against the pressure against Errol. Because now Bud had something to keep Errol off of him.
I'd like to see him against Boots. I would like to see him against Boots.
I would not want to see that. Well, I would like to see it, but I know what's going to happen. Boots will beat the crap out of him.
I don't know about that.
All right.
Boots hasn't fought anybody, bro.
Bro, they won't fight him.
And Boots,
they won't fight him.
If Boots fights a guy, I think like Bud or like as skilled as Devin, I think he's gonna be in for it.
I'm gonna tell you why I take Boots over Devin in a fight at welterweight is because Boots is going to be the naturally bigger guy. He's just as he's fast and athletic. So Devin ain't Regis who's smaller, ain't athletic, and Regis is athletic. Let me take that back, but not as he's more flat-footer. He's more of a flat-foot boxer. That ain't Boots, and Boots had power in both hands, and he can box if he has to. He can box. He can fight inside.
Ennis is actually an inch taller and has a 2-inch reach advantage and is only a year older. So Ennis is like still really young too, you know?
That's why I said he's a naturally bigger guy. And he has power that Haney doesn't have.
But he can't box the way Haney can box. He cannot box.
He's not going to play it safe like the way Haney does, though.
Right.
He can if he wanted to. That's not what he wants to do.
That's why Boots is funner to watch, right? That's why he's funner to watch, because he's going to put himself in crazy situations with his athleticism like Roy Jones used to, you know?
Yeah.
But
because
man,
even he said one time
Haney is such a good boxer, man. He's so good.
Yeah, but you're going against a bigger guy who's just as athletic as you, and who's just athletic as you, and can have power on both hands. And the thing about it is that it's not that Boots can't. Boots boxes. I've seen him outbox people. I've seen him brawl people. I remember one fight. His dad was like telling him, "What box? Stay outside." He was like, "Nah. I want to go in and fight. I want to go in," and he wants to go in and mix it up. And if Haney doesn't have nothing to keep him from coming in, you're not just going to outbox him. It's not going to outbox him like that. Like, you're not going to outbox Tank like that. You're not going to outclass. Like, he outclassed Regis. And I felt like Regis is a B fighter. I think Tank and Boots are A fighters. I think Bud is an A fighter. You know what I'm saying? I think he beats Keith Thurman. I think Errol, I wonder if he can keep Errol off of him. See, because it's different. Because Bud had the power to knock Errol down. Now, you're coming up. Errol's going up to, after this, he's going up to 154 or whatever like that. So he's already a bigger guy than you, naturally. Yeah. You're coming from 130. Errol fought at 147 his whole career, and I'm moving up to 154. He wants to. So he's just a bigger guy than you. So you better have something to keep Errol off of you. Bud has the power to keep Errol at bay. Like every time Errol came in, he got hit with something.
Yeah, he did. And on the way out, on the way in, and on the way out. it was like bing, bing, bing on the way in, and then bing, bing, bing on the way.
When they stopped the fight, he had Errol wobbling all over that ring, boy.
Okay, so Garcia is next. I mean, is that what we think? Is that where we think?
I think that's the right move to do Garcia. Yeah, I think then you can move up to welterweight and fight Keith Thurman if Keith Thurman wants to fight. Because Keith Thurman act like he don't want to fight.
Or the guy you mentioned earlier, Mario Barrios. I think he's got a belt now, right?
He when he beat Ugas, right? Ugas didn't have a belt. Ugas didn't have a belt when he beat him.
But was there something vacant? Let me see. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look into it.
What was vacant?
Or was it just?
I don't think so. Because
maybe I'm thinking that because it was like his best win.
Bud had all the belts.
He won. Yeah, he won the vacant WBC interim. He won the vacant WBC interim welterweight title. So he won the vacant interim WBC. I knew it was something big. Big. I mean, it wasn't just the fact that it was his biggest win, which I thought it was. I guess it was an interim title on the line too. So.
Yeah. No, but yeah, that'll be. I mean, it won't bring in the numbers that the rest of the guys, like if he fought a Keith Thurman, or you know what I'm saying, or like an Errol or a Boots or Bud, it won't bring in those numbers. But it's a good fight, early fight to get in there with and fight. But I think if he moves up, he's gonna want something that's even making big money or a belt. You know, either big money or a belt.
When is Keith Thurman fighting though, bro?
That's what I said. If he wants to fight, he act like he just sits back. He's another guy that I think in his head he thinks he's bigger than what he is, and it's like, dude, you don't fight,
bro.
You don't fight.
Listen to this, right? Since 2016, Keith Thurman has fought. How many times do you think Keith Thurman has fought since 2016? Since 2016,
3 times.
7 years.
Three times.
5 times in 7 years. In 7 years. The last time he fought was February of 2022, which is already a year and 10 months ago. And the fight before that was July of 2019 versus Manny Pacquiao. I mean, the fact that this guy is still like,
I don't know what to say about him, because he talks like these guys. He goes, oh, he wants a chance at a belt, but you don't fight. And then when other dudes try to fight you, you're like, they need me, I don't need them. It's like, dude, you don't fight. You're not as relevant as you used to be. You're not that guy anymore. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. People tune in if you do say link him up with somebody, but you're not what you were at one point. And I know injuries played a part in some, but some of it is, dude, you're fighting like once every 2 years or something like that. I mean, that's not the math. You said 5 and 7, but you know what I'm saying? But it's just I don't know. I'm like I'm kind of getting tired of hearing from him until he fights.
I agree. I agree. You know, and I used to think he was really good, man. I used to think Keith Thurman was that dude, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
he's been inactive for way too long, man. Way too long. Well,
what do you think? Let me ask you something. What do you think about some of the undercards? Like the dude Andy Cruz? I think
good. He looked
good. I was looking at him. I was like, oh, okay. I'd never seen him fight before. I heard these poses. I don't know how he is this late in his career. That's the Cuban.
Him and that kid Paro that knocked out Montana Love. He looked good too.
Yeah. He jumped in on Montana with that uppercut.
That was a good fight, man. That was a good fight.
Actually, it wasn't a good fight up until then. Because up until then, nobody was really landing anything really good. But I could see it coming that he was going to land something on Montana soon. Because at first, the first couple rounds, I kind of felt Montana was winning. And then it just slowly, like, not winning by a large margin, barely winning. And then slowly you could start seeing, what's his name again?
Morrow or Montana Love?
No, the other guy. What's his name?
Barrow?
That fight Montana. The guy that fought Montana. His
Barrow,
name
yeah.
is what? Barrow. Yeah, I can see him slowly starting to catch on to Montana Love, slowly but surely, and I'm like, he's gonna end up catching him and getting him out of here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of, other fights, I mean, there's not too much coming up for the rest of the year. Jake Paul fights on the 15th against Andre August. That's actually happened in Orlando, which is interesting.
Yeah.
About 3 or 4 hours north of
What
us.
do you think about Wilder fighting what's his name?
That's the biggest. So that's going to be the biggest card, assuming everything goes through. Joshua versus Valine, Wilder versus Parker,
Parker. Yeah, there we go.
Miller,
Parker.
Sanchez versus Spa. I think you're asking me what I think about that fight.
Yeah, Wilder versus Parker. What do you think?
I think it's your typical Wilder fight, man. I think he'll probably get touched up here and there, and then he's just gonna let go of that right hand at some point, and somebody's gonna get.
I say by round 5 he knocks Parker out.
So, yeah, bro.
I think round 5 he knocks Parker out.
And I think Joseph Parker's, he's a former champ. He's a good fighter, but he got knocked out by Joe Joyce. He got knocked out by Joe Joyce, who's a big puncher. Yeah. But bro, a Deontay Wilder right hand is just
that's God's judgment.
Yeah, bro.
The right hand.
That's the gavel of the Lord, bro. It's just like, man, that's it.
Guilty.
You should not have boxed, like, man, go get a job somewhere. So it's fucked up, but it is what it is. And then Joshua versus Valine, I think people are sleeping on that fight, Gary.
I'll be honest, I've never seen the dude Valine fight, so I have to go watch him.
He's the one that gave Fury a real rough fight and cut him. And they went to decision.
Oh, that was before he fought. Was that the guy that before he fought Wilder?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I did see him fight. I forgot his name. I did see him fight. I did see him fight.
He's a pretty good boxer.
Yeah, he was pretty good. I think Joshua beats him though. From that one fight I saw, I gotta watch some more. I think Joshua beats him.
Joshua's still shaking to me, bro.
Damn, that was the guy, bro. That was your guy. You've been down on him lately, man.
I expected more from him. It's just since that Andy Ruiz fight, bro. Something just switched off in his head since that Ruiz fight.
Hey, bro, a lot of your guys are down on now. Like you're down on Tio. You think he's out of there. Andy Ruiz, you like Andy Ruiz. He's down. He's out of there. He priced himself out of the Wilder fight because he could have gotten the Wilder fight. But they're like he thinks he's even the people were like, no, that's a ridiculous request. You don't.
It's just it just goes along with the theme of my life. Everyone I like is just stupid and fucked up. What am I gonna do about it? Even my co-host is a fuck up. You know what I
mean? Hey, you love fuck ups.
Birds of a feather flock together, But yeah, man, that's gonna be for me. That's actually, that's a great way to end the year. December 23rd. It's funny that they're doing it a couple days before Christmas, but I guess it's a
Christmas present
time, for people to just sit around and watch pay-per-view. So maybe it's not a bad idea. That's gonna be a great card, and then I think the fight I'm really looking forward to after that. So Inoue is fighting December 26th. But I'm not super excited about the fight. He's fighting Marlon Tapales. It should be a good fight, but I'm not as excited about that as and Virgil Ortiz is coming back January 6th. But Artur Beterbiev and Callum Smith on January 13th. I really like Beterbiev, man. That guy's a ruthless bastard. And so
I got him winning that fight.
Yeah. So I I got him winning just about any fight. I really like that guy, man. So, but anyway, so that's about it, man. I mean, and then I guess Fury is supposed to fight Usyk also in Saudi Arabia on February 17th. So that's interesting.
I mean, it's a possibility, George. I'm real excited because it's a possibility. Hopefully, these guys go through with it. A lot of good fights on the horizon. It's like a lot. I know people saying boxing dead and things there, or I feel like it's a bunch of good fights in different divisions that I would love to see. Exciting.
Yeah.
Hopefully, these guys seem like they're trying to do it and bring it back, like, where you just fight people, man. Like, fight people. If you lose, you lose. You come back.
Bro, those Saudis are doing a great job. You know, big shout out. I got to, man. I got to shout out my Arabs out there, bro. They're doing such a great job.
Your people?
My people, bro. They're helping out the sport. You know, they got this card with the heavyweights. I mean, that water card is happening in Saudi Arabia too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And
they get the money.
You know, and I love to see that, man. I love to see. I mean, somebody had to come and kind of, you know, host these big fights. You know what I mean? I wish we could do it here in the U.S., but you know, I don't know, man. They're just like they're really building a great boxing culture, but we're building a great kickboxing culture. Be sure to get your Fighters Rep 21 and 22 tickets right now at fightersrep.com and join the channel and check that out. So, Gary, man, I think we're all gassed out for the day, man.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Great conversation as usual, man. We'll be back next week, guys, and maybe sooner. You know, maybe sooner. Me and Gary feel like talking about something, we might drop something. So appreciate you guys joining us. Anything you want to say, Gary?
Nah, man, I'm good, man.
Well, I appreciate you, man. Even though, you know, we mess with each other, it's all love, bro. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
All right.